My name is Nathania Bron. I'm the Fitness and Wellness Coordinator at Lakeshore Campus, and my pronouns are she, her. So I'm from Northern Ontario, about 8 hours north, and I moved here, like most folks do, to go to college. I applied to Humber. I actually thought I was going to be a fashion designer, and so I was like, I'm going to do the fashion arts program, which I did. When I was there, I was always really interested in fitness, and so that led me to applying for the Fitness and Recreation Diploma program, Fitness and Health Diploma program. And so when I got into that, I kind of discovered my artsy side. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put that on pause. Maybe I can just like do my own thing with that. And I got really curious about like the body and movement, and I was a really active young person. I always loved the outdoors, and I remember begging my parents to like allow me to sign off that I was allowed to go to the fitness center in my hometown, because you had to be 13. I was 12 at the time, and I don't know, I guess I was always fascinated with like training. So that kind of led me into kind of discovering that part of me. And the science part was not easy for me, I have to say, but I think I got really comfortable with being uncomfortable. When I graduated, I was already working for the athletic department as a student. And there was an opportunity that came up. They had a coordinator position in the office, so I did a lot of varsity administration, office administration, which was actually kind of beautiful, because I kind of am a believer of every job has a purpose. So no matter what the job is, you can learn different skill sets from it. Later, I think I was there for 4 years, and that brought me, there was a position at the Lakeshore campus, which was fitness oriented. So I was like, I'm in it. I can't wait to use some of those skills that I learned in school. So then I started at the Lakeshore campus, probably I think it was 2010, 11. And I started that position that was more fitness and recreation. So the recreation side, I didn't really have access to sports when I was young, so it was more fitness, so I had to learn a lot of that. And that's where, again, I'm going full force with being uncomfortable, learning some things within the job that I wasn't really strong at, and but it was good. There's always growth in that, and so I'm a firm believer of always testing that. And eventually, when we had our new building, my position changed again into more of like a wellness fitness coordinator position, which is now. I think as a young person, I was 12 when I started in my hometown. I started at a hair salon. I worked every day after school, and those interactions allowed me to build how to connect with people, and I think that was I feel like the best thing I could have learned throughout the years, because it allowed me to connect with a diverse group of people. It taught me grit, hard work, being on what that customer service looks like, but also in a hair salon, you're talking about real stories. You get to hear people's authenticity. Sometimes they divulge things, and you're having to navigate that. And being such a young person at the time, I always go back to that, because I think that's what allowed me to be strong. And I think working within wellness and fitness, it's vulnerable. It's fun, but it also is something when we're being active, it is a vulnerable state. There's a connection to mind and body that we can't deny. And being at that salon, I think it really built a strong foundation for me to be able to work with many people, find connection with people, build those relationships. So that was a big personal piece. And then when I got to Humber, I actually had a director that was, he kind of took me under his wing. We had a good, strong friendship. He allowed, me to explore things. Something I really admire that I think really, allowed me to be who I was and allowed me to explore was to have, I can be my authentic self. I can explore, I'm allowed to take risks. I think that's a huge thing in a leader, when a leader can allow you to, take some risks, and the mistakes are okay. That's how we learn, that's how we grow and get better. And so my director, I think, allowed me to explore different things. I had an idea, and it's okay, so this is, and being able to do that has allowed me to really learn from that, and also when I'm managing students or people, give that opportunity as well. So I think those are those two big pieces, I think, that you're influenced with in your life, and it could be, again, coworkers, people around you, but I think those two situations I think really brought me to the place I am today.